Up, I'm live, and Evil confused me briefly earlier today. Good job, Chandelier, but yeah, there was no typo there. What are you talking about? Um, yeah, no, I literally just Swordward or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, who the fuck is that? Just DM'd me about his hair. Oh right, those two from the post game of Sword and Shield. Yeah, they are definitely characters, aren't they? They're definitely characters. We should be seeing them sometime later this year. If I actually manage to get through these challenges that I've set myself before the release of ZA, which is doubtful. It's certainly a thing, Evil. Anyway, I'm not here to play Pokemon. That's Wednesday night. Although it won't be Shield in my case. Anyway, we are here for Derail. One last trip up to Machine Factory. I mean, it won't be the last time, no doubt, but one last trip for part retrieval. Keeson. Anyway, yeah, we're going to Machine Factory again. Swinging by farm, I believe, if I remember correctly. Because need to get the parts for the steam engines, the steam locomotives. Bring them back to City West. Deserved. And need to get the parts for the steam locomotives, bring them back to City West, and restore them. Maybe not tonight. Time pending, and also it kind of depends on, like, do I have the money? Do I want to put that much money out? Because it's gonna be like 400,000, I would think, 300 to 400,000 to restore both of them, possibly more. Plus, you got the install cost of the parts. That's a, I don't know, 20, 30,000 right there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what gets done tonight, but we're certainly going up to Machine Factory to get those parts. I know, that's where we go, but to be fair, I've been trying to earn money, and that's one of the best avenues to getting a bunch of money, is just running between Harbor and Machine Factory. There needs to be more major hubs in the game, certainly. With time. They've got quite a roadmap planned out for the game, so, you know, just with time. Might take a few years, but they'll get there, I'm sure. Game is just about done loading up. So, I guess... I mean, I say that, I'm getting the Windows pinwheel. So that's great. Come on, game. There we go. So I talked about it last week. There's the 5 things we'll be doing. And, like I said, it involves a stop at the farm along the way, because why not? I could have stopped at Steel Mill, but Steel Mill's a bit of a pain in the ass. Because you either gotta go into the Steel Mill, and then pull forward, back out, up the hill, and continue on to farm, or you gotta pull down towards farm, and then back around the uphill corner into Steel Mill. And then continue back to farm the way you came from, if you want to keep the front of the locomotive going the same direction. So it's just a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah, like I was saying, you either got to go in here and then back it in, or you just got to go straight in, then back it up the hill and go forward. It's not worth it. Like trying to min-max in truck sim with own trailers. Medical supplies forever. Yeah, that sounds logical. We want this and this, because they're going to nearby sidings. We want this, and we want this. And the train's over here. I think I only need one locomotive, but I'm definitely going to start up another. It's still got this in it. I did end up putting... These keep resetting every single damn time I reload, and I'm getting tired of it. Brakes are fully applied, or fully not applied, but also they are applied? What? Anyway, I put one of these back in here. Because I started using this for shunting and immediately got wheel spin, and... Oh right, let me just take care of that. I'm guessing nothing's cut in? Your handbrake's not on, right? No? I didn't sleep, so nothing should be on. Evil, it's been so long since I've actually done any... Yeah, just ignore that for a minute. Since I've done any, Yeah, you are running. Any truck sim. Stop. So much more convenient, that. Okay. Why was the... Hold on, let me check. You're connected. You're connected. You're connected. So why was this not doing a thing? Don't mind the train rolling, that happens. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, we are set to go forward. Again, turn the damn lights off. 710 meters of train. It's weird not seeing a train there anymore. And I know I haven't handed anything in yet. It helps to put it in gear. Yeah. Amp limiter's doing its job immediately. And we're gonna go run over to the military base and take care of the jobs. Because I have to hand them in and everything. There is some classified going to... No, not classified. Spent nuclear fuel going to the military base, 100,000, but 110,000. I mean, yeah, okay, there's also this stuff. And that's a drop-off. But this is going where I want, so we'll just start that. Start all of those. Check on my train, make sure it's going a reasonable speed. Again, I'm not worried about the speed particularly. That is set to go the correct direction. So we'll just wait here for the train to come around. I don't remember exactly what the weight is, but it's below 2,000 by quite a ways, I think, even with the locomotives. I don't know. Do the math yourself. Those last two are the main heavy ones. Like, that's relatively light. That's heavy. Okay, there were 3 heavy ones. No, there are 2 heavy ones. There's one somewhat heavy one. Let's see... Was it that one? No. It's 30. Okay. And then you are... I think it was you. We can check. We can try to check. Oh no, we can check. Okay, so... The diesel tankers are the last drop-off. Hello? Go back, please. before the missiles. So, yes. You can go faster. Come on, train. Yeah, I should get back into doing Truck Sim at some point again, but I do remember that with 1.49, was it? They changed the physics, and I wasn't the biggest fan of how they changed it. It's not to say it's bad, it's just not as accommodating for my silly driving style with the 2000 2500 horsepower engine. So yeah, I've already gone ahead and changed the switches ahead of time. I made sure that was actually done, including in all the yards, so it's pretty much just, as we're pulling in, verify that we're pulling into the correct siding. They did things that made content driving harder. Yeah, in a sense. I mean, to be fair, the way I was driving was just dumb. But I want to go faster. I guess they are adding the ability to drive different vehicles, not just the truck, so that's going to be worth checking out, I guess. I don't know. Are you going to be able to make money, or is it just joyrides? Like, kind of seems odd. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's also kind of odd at the same time that they would allow that. I don't know. I just can't be bothered to pull out my wheel all that often, and that's the problem. Truck Sim, I have a wheel. I'm going to use it. I just don't want to use it. Effort. Especially right now with my chair still being broken and not wanting to move it much as a result. It's kind of annoying not being able to roll around, honestly. Of course, what's even sillier is that I have a replacement chair sitting on the other side of my room, but I mean, that doesn't have padded armrests, which could be fixed easily enough. Just strap a couple of cloths onto the armrests and bam, good enough. The main problem is it doesn't have a headrest, versus this seat does. You probably didn't hear that thud, but I did kind of throw my head back into the headrest. Anyway, I am so used to that being there that not having it is going to suck. So I'm just not. If this chair breaks to the point of not being usable, then I'll switch to it. But otherwise, I'm just going to use this chair until it's unusable, because it's got the headrest. And I want that headrest. Of course, in an ideal world, I'd just buy a new office chair that has a headrest, but you know how fucking expensive these things are? Jesus, they are expensive. Go to Goodwill and try to get a $5 Herman Miller. I'd have to find where the nearest Herman Miller is. Actually, I don't even need to open up my phone, I can just do this. Did I say Herman Miller? I meant Goodwill. There is not one there, is there? Really? No shit. Okay, there's one actually relatively close. Yeah, give me the, like, street view, please. Oh, well that's why I never noticed that, because it's kind of on the smaller side. Oh. There were multiple, not too far away, but today I learned. I haven't been to a Goodwill since college, though. Yeah, I can just take the power off for a moment, let it drop down. Yeah, fun fact, the reason why I actually went to Goodwill back in the day, back in college. Well, I think I picked up one of my Gran Turismo games, one of the original PlayStation games, at a Goodwill, because they had them and they were cheap. But... and my original copies were given away by my father, because we had GT3 and GT4, so we didn't need the originals. Anyway, I also bought a fucking VCR of all things. I'm not even sure I needed it, thinking back, but I was trying to record stuff on TV, so like, I think it was probably F1, trying to record the races so I didn't have to get up stupidly early on a Sunday morning. But I don't think it worked. It might have, but it might not have. I don't remember. Yeah, the whole move to digital kind of, where's the back of the train? I can't tell. Okay. I forgot to set a timer, so I wanted to look and see where it was, just to be sure that we're not going to be taking the train through a 40 above 45. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. Something about how digital eras made VCRs kind of non-functional. You can watch it back, assuming the tapes haven't rotted away, but beyond that, yeah. To be fair, VHS was fucking terrible. Well, yeah. I mean, magnetic tape still has its upsides, but it was not the best video format. Still possibly better than some options that were available at points, though. Yeah, evil. I don't know. Magnetic tape is good for storage. But if it's done right. VHS was... I mean, don't get me wrong, the tech is pretty damn cool when you learn how it actually works. VCRs were fucking expensive back in the day? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they were expensive. Back when they were first introduced, and Betamax for that matter, they were both not cheap. Don't ask me exactly how expensive, but I know they were expensive. They only got cheap with time. Is the train out of the 60? Probably. At least go a little faster. Yeah, $500 in 80s money is, yikes. Shit was expensive. But it was ultimately the format that won out. Need a cruise control box that allows me to just set a speed and have the train manage its own throttle. I do have to be careful here, because I haven't been to the right here in a while. And and it's a steep downhill, so it's easy to have the train run away from you. People now bitching about video games being $80 weren't buying games during the N64 era. Yeah, fair evil. Shit's still expensive either way. Especially with how half-baked a lot of the games are nowadays. We're set to go right, so that's fine. Yeah, so we're to 50 limit here, but we're already at minus 1% average. And, yeah, hotfixes made QA die a death. They certainly did, didn't they? It's fine if it's a buggy mess on 1.0, we'll just update it. Yeah, sure, it's a 90 through here. However, just keep an eye on the clinometer in the bottom right. It is very quickly going to start increasing. I think the curve ahead is a 50, if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't have to go stupidly slow. But I still have to make sure I don't go too fast. Steel Mill is really a mean place to start out the player. All you have are these heavy steel-based loads to go anywhere else, and every single way out of the steel mill is uphill to some degree. You're not even given logistical haul or such off the bat, so the main thing is hauling to somewhere else. Yeah, fair or evil. Yeah, it's a 5. That said, it's a 5, so slow down a bit more, would you? Because it's minus 3.3% here, yep. And that right there is why I'm not backing off the dynamic brake, because this is an aggressive downhill. The bugs that we're in could be confused for features too. Yeah, especially for some games. Just shoutouts as well, since this one is one that I remember because, you know, played it. Modern game. But shoutouts to my speed either wants to go down or go up. It doesn't want to do it doesn't want to do what I want it to and just settle out. Alright, that's fine. Shoutouts to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for being released in a state that was not playable entirely. Like, the post-game just didn't exist. And a number of features were not even fully implemented. And it was shipped that way. You needed a day -1 patch in order to actually get it to a usable state. E2I. That's where we're heading. Yeah, the early Pokemon games were definitely a buggy mess. Just the smallest things, too, some of them. 256 miss, anyone? Red bar is definitely a bug, but it's probably one of the best bugs in the game from a general playability standpoint, because if you can actually make it work for you, oh, it's so nice. I mean, the red bar beeping is terrible, but the speed up that you get. Also, shoutouts to instant text. If you know what you're doing, you can get instant text in Gen 1. For a little while. Okay, that's coming very quickly. Please stop. I'm not entirely sure I set up Oil Well Central. It should be fine because the last time I would have been through there, it would have been just passing through. Pretty sure. Can you? No, what? I must have hit Y instead of T. Missing no is just a cheat. You can also literally RNG manipulate the game with button presses, which is dumb. Whoops. But again, Gen 1. Okay, green light over there. Look at DM3. Mine looks nicer than that. 19 minutes. For 58,000. Not bad. Anything going in an interesting way? 35,000 for 930 tons. Harbor Town is the other way, so no. I saw the purple, I was like, yeah, that's right, right? Yeah, there's nothing here. What's the weather forecast? We're good. Okay, now let's see if I've inadvertently fucked myself. By the way, missiles. You like missiles? I fell off the carriage. You like missiles? Cause, yeah. I mean, the X accuracy thing persisted into Gen 2. So I think it was an oversight. I want to say that that was actually genuinely an oversight, because again, it persisted into Gen 2. And we can go straight through. As long as we're set to... Oh. Yeah, see, that would have been bad. We were set to go into B6S. But now we're set to go straight through. Anything worthwhile here going north? There's stuff going the wrong way. That's a good amount of money, too. Alright, well. I don't know what the speed limits are through this area, because it's been a while. It looks decently fast up until right there. Damn. Last second. There is a train up here, apparently. Not that I can see it. Oh, there it is. D6. Neat. Well, let's be real. Ghost and Dark types are just weird in the first 3 generations regardless. Like, why are they the way they're around that they are? Physical Special Split was such a good change that they did in Gen 4. Hi, kiosk. Yeah, this does not feel like an 8 curve out of the yard. Anybody remember how long that job was? Let's see. I guess just calculate it on the fly, because why not? Let's see. That's a shorty. Only 3 cars after all. And then you're 72. 524 point... so 530. Well, we're limited to a 3 through here anyway, so... As expected. Slow corner. And tab out. Nothing important. So 50 right there, huh? I'll track it, why not? By the way, how much does this take off? 180? 180. Cool. We're back onto the normal track as well, so... don't get too excited about going fast. There's a 30 coming up, and then I've got to back into City West to drop off a load. Got drinks again? Oh goody. What? Tasty, sweet, and probably a mistake. Hell yeah? How was that entering the train? Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, that would do it, Evil, wouldn't it? Although I honestly don't know what that experience is like. And not even because, well, I mean, I do have limits set up in Steam, but they're never hit. I'm never able to download fast enough. Gigabit is nice like that. What was that flash about? You know it wasn't the traction motor going pop. Because the only vehicle that it could have potentially been is the Slug. And, well, I mean, if that went pop and this didn't, then something's weird. We're gonna want to clear that switch right there. But we've got a minute, so I'm just gonna run over here and look. Okay, that was a productive look at nothing. How I ended up all the way over here, I don't entirely understand, but whatever. What if I don't want to? What if I don't want to? Yes. What are you shipping? Just not much. Miscellaneous stuff, acetylene, diesel, missiles. Just the normal stuff. It's normal, kiosk. Welcome to shipping shit with trains across the valley. The best part, rather, is that only the missiles are going to the military. Alright. Into C2I. Now we just wait to slowly back up. I guess I should go a little faster because I've only got the one locomotive running now, so... That's all I need, to be fair. Don't need more, especially on the flattened level. I see another DH4 spawned over in the shed there. Right? Right? No. No, it's a D6. Huh. C2I. That is not the right thing. C2I. I'm sorry, what? Kiosk? Where exactly are we going to? Right there. I'm actually gonna run over here so I can see the cars approaching. And is that the whatchamacallit? Yes. So... start braking. Locomotives respawn? I mean, they can, but more importantly, there are plenty of locomotives around the valley. Just because I have one doesn't mean that there's not any others. There are different spawn points at every place. I don't actually know if every place does have spawn points, but I think they do. And that's the spawn point for here. Usually I see a DH4 there, but this time it spawned a DE6. So they'll just spawn a train no matter what. Seemingly. The 59. Not bad, and yeah, that's not even close to being worth it. That's the only thing that's remotely worth it, and it's still not that worth it. I forgot to check the distance. Did you despawn it already? You probably despawned it. Yep. Ah, damn. I mean, I don't want that many locomotives. And to be fair, you don't have to run the steam engines, Evil. Just run a shit ton of DE6s. Done. Easy. Yeah, you see no downside for you guys, because you're not the ones playing the game. $350. Should actually watch my speed, because at this point we're gonna be going over the upcoming speed limit at the junction, which is a little ways up the hill, but drops promotion broke your chat. Good job, Twitch. Yeah, what is that? Crunchyroll promotion or something? All you weebs out there? All you gotta do is gift 2 subs. You want to gift 2 subs to my channel? Go ahead, you can get the drop. Do it, you won't. Crunchyroll, but you already have both that and a sub. I mean, fair enough, Evil. I'd expect nothing less from you. Those interested have it already? Yeah, that's actually a very fair point. To be fair, though, there could be people like me who don't have a ton of money and thus don't want to be wasting money on subscriptions that they just don't necessarily need. Minimize their subscriptions or something, and anime isn't enough of their life. So, does Crunchyroll even do anything other than anime? I literally have no clue, because I don't use that site. Period. Kiosk, shut up. They're broke, then they don't want to gift subs. Yeah. That's the other half of that. I don't know. Maybe it's a way to get people on board, but I feel like the big anime boom was a few years ago, during the early bit of the pandemic, right? Because everybody was stuck at home with nothing to do. It's also cheaper than Okay. I don't know. I didn't disable it because honestly, what's the point? If people want to take advantage of it, then there you go. Take advantage of it. If not, then just dismiss the notification and there you go. It was in 2015. Yeah, but wasn't there another boom around the start of the pandemic? Gotten shit since Sony bought them? Why am I not surprised? So we are going into C3I first, which is definitely this one. Doesn't look like there's anything interesting going on here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the acetylene, right? Right, I don't have it over there. Yeah, the acetylene. And I'm gonna drop the fuel in 4i. And then I'm gonna take the train and put it over in the loading bay. And then do the drop off at the military yard. Because honestly, like, I'm already here in this yard. I might as well just do it all. Also, I walked between the two, things. Don't ask me how that works, it just does. So just pull this forward to the switch here, and then back it in, and then pull forward to that switch, and then back it into loading bay. How does that work? I said don't question it. Love when that happens. It's like saying don't push the button. Yeah, don't push the gift sub button. Don't gift subs to my channel. Just don't do it. The problem is I say that, and people legitimately won't. Like, oh, you don't want me to push the button? Okay, I genuinely won't then. Reverse psychology doesn't work in that instance. Well, they had the funds to justify the still beneficial spite. Having funds, what's that like? Yeah, it's a lot lighter now that it's just the missiles. So that's set to go right, so it's literally just this switch. Again, just backing this up now since I'm already here. And it honestly doesn't look like there's much here that's good for anywhere, honestly. All kind of meh. All I have to do is get the DM1U onto this track, and then I can load it. There you have it. SO60 boiler. And the running gear for an S282. And the lights have come on. I'm gonna go over here and hand this shit in. So what was that? 27,000 and 76,000? Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're taking your time. So what do we got here? Those are not worth my time. 2 pickups going nowhere helpful. I mean, Coal Mine East isn't the worst, but... oh, those are massive pain in the ass. So there's nothing really good here going anywhere. How much money do I have? Back over $1 million. With this to come, which is going to be like 170? 160, 170, somewhere in there. Although I'm immediately going to blow... how much on paint? A fair amount. Although if I happen to leave the area going over here and reload what spawns, oh no. Anyway. Only a little bit of forwards rolling before the motors fully kick in and send us back this way. And of course we're already set to go around this curve, because this is basically what I've done every time I've come up here as of late, because there's usually something lucrative... yeah, I said that close enough. There's usually something lucrative going to the military base. Next break will start in about 2 minutes. Well. Going to E3I. Did I actually set this up? Whoops. Wow, I really overshot. Yes, I did. So the bot said it's time for a break. I'm just gonna let this roll back into the siding here. We got tanks. Honestly, if the tanks are going to the harbor, we might just grab them and run. There's also a tank over there. I want to go back to City South ultimately, so it's not the end of the world if I don't get a ton that's good. I want to take care of that nice lag spike from the saving. And survey says it's going to mill base for 62 grand. Whatever. Not about the money. 165, just as expected. It's not so much about the money. That's a drop off. Yet don't care. 24 isn't terrible, but like, I don't care. Do I care? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's Tilda. New save. Settings. Display. 5 FPS. Reduces load on the GPU while I am taking a break. But yeah, as the bot said, it's time for a short break. It's time for a break, just a short break. Gonna take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads. Prevents pre-rolls for the next hour and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of a few ads now, while literally nothing is happening on the stream. Nothing of importance, at least. When I get back, well, we'll either unload what we just dropped off and then pick up the tanks and go back to harbor, or we just pick up the tanks and go back to harbor. I'm not gonna bother with the other things, because, like, honestly, if there's something good at City West, then maybe, but that would be it. But we'll figure that out after the break. BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and nice, Evil. Let's get right back into it. Thinking about things and stuff. Let's do this. You know, why not? A bit extra money. Not gonna take that long. And I could always use extra money, considering the cost of the last 2 licenses that I need. But yeah, thinking about things and stuff, and, you know, the Crunchyroll drop that's going on currently. I remembered that Discord is doing this thing whereby logging into the desktop client or something will grant you a week of Nitro. And so I looked into my Nitro settings to see what it said, and sure enough, I've got a Nitro subscription now. But my problem is, when did it start, and how long does it last? Like, how long does my particular instance have left? Because I don't remember seeing an alert at any point. And there's no indication in the Discord client that, oh yeah, hey, your free trial runs out in X days. No, I clicked all through a bunch of different Nitro-related windows, and there was nothing. So, just, like, thank you, Discord. Thank you for letting me know so I could actually utilize it. I probably have had it for a few days, but still, why is there no indication of when it ends? There should be some sort of indication. Oh, by the way, do I get 2 weeks because I already have payment details added, or do I only get the 1 week anyway? Because apparently you can get a second week if you add payment details. Do you have to sign up for a subscription? You might have to sign up for a subscription for the second week, honestly. I don't remember. What am I doing? It's on the track. It's fine. I also can't do it right now because get started. That wasn't even the door. That was a window. E2S. Bye, missiles. Will people be surprised and time to join servers for emotes? Yeah. I would consider doing that, except, you know, it probably expires in a couple of days, and so what's the point? I want to not max out my server join cap, so that I can join more servers in the future, if I want to. Like, yeah, I can join 200 servers right now. But that's not... It's not going to help me if I go over the 100 server cap and then lose Nitro benefits. Yeah, that's mildly annoying. The worst part is I just don't really have a need for the benefits. Like, oh yeah, I can use the emotes, but that's, like, about it. I can't even take advantage of the higher character limit in a single message because, like, I can edit it now, but in the future I won't be able to edit it without reducing it back down to 2,000. So, like, if you're an EJ server, you might know I manage the F1 forum threads, the F1 races, because we do have discussion threads for that in EJ's community. And of course, I've got a template post so that I don't have to enter everything at the time of creating the post. Is that gonna be clear enough? I don't trust it. Move back a little bit further. So, like, being able to put everything in a single message would be great until I have to go and edit it for the next thing. Good now? How much time do I have for this? 21 minutes? That is so overkill. Like, at a larger yard, sure, 21 minutes is a reasonable amount. But for a single drop? In this small of a yard? It's not necessary. Actually, at this point I can just use the independent brake because I got any weight beyond the trains, so. So helpful when you do that. Easy way to check to see if this is tightened. Can't interact with that. Can interact with that. Can't interact with that. And yeah, it's flipping a bit. Don't mind that. Alright. 4 minutes. And yeah, I moved it over there before starting it, but still. Logistical haul to... yeah, not worth my time. 63,000 basically. 112 minutes. Might as well just start that now. Yes, this is the thing. Why don't you get rolling? I need to make a visit to the store. Because I'm all out of demo paint. And, there it is. So I need exterior, interior, SO60. Exterior, interior, S282. Exterior, S282, tender. Ouch. The missiles alone, just getting them here, covered the majority of that cost. Oh, rip 1.28 million. Have a nice day. $1.129 million ain't bad. Yeah, like I said, we'll probably check City West on the way through, but otherwise we're just going straight back to Harbor, dropping off this load, and then going to City West to take care of that stuff, not the tanks. Can even add in those if I want. It does get brighter if I put them on. You know, you can see that. Whoops, wrong button. Also wrong button. Right, like a little bit brighter directly ahead, and then a little bit brighter very ahead. But it's just not needed. That should be good. How much fuel we got? Yeah, plenty. Yeah, something like that's fine. And cut the throttle. We are on the downhill slope heading towards City West, so we don't need anything. Literally just let it haul down the hill under its own momentum. I could, in theory, stop by coal power, but odds are it's gonna be like logistical hauls if I'm doing anything from there. You know, logistical haul back to coal mine south. Green beacon for, well, it was bright. It's still kind of bright over there. Green beacon for the station house. Yeah, exactly, kiosk. You want to be a little cautious, because I do think that there is a 60 limit around here. I mean, I could start this, but it's going to end so quickly, you know? There's no point. But really? 60 limit already? Oh, that's why. Because the switch is all the way up here. Yep. I'm not even gonna have to worry about timing it. By the time it gets to a slope, it'll just all be on the straight anyway, so... By the time it starts picking up speed, I should say. Once I see the drop to 80, I need to start slowing down. Also, there. Let's not do silly things. We are fairly light at the moment. How much do you weigh? 208 tons? Yeah, we're light. So, don't need to worry too much about slowing down up ahead. We're pretty much off of the downhill at this point. Not necessarily level, but it's close enough. Yeah, they tell you it's 60. Yeah, you're good at 60. It's fine. It's fine. Just carry 60 through here. It's fine. You won't derail around the corner. And then you get to hear it's 30 or 50. I mean, in theory, you can go straight ahead, but, like... yeah, not great. Anything interesting here? City West for 12 grand, or, Harbor for 12 grand? Yeah, no thanks. Oh, I died. Game, please. Moon! Go back the more efficient way. Right here. So, left, right, more efficient from where we're going, because this is not the most efficient route. Right. Right. Left. Yeah. We can pick up a little bit of speed for the moment. I could go and check Oil Well Central and Farm and even Steel Mill to see if there's anything interesting there, but, like, again, I want to go restore the trains. Speaking of which, 1.1 million. Oh, it's going to be close on whether or not I can afford the last 2 licenses, which means I'm probably not going to do it. But it's going to be close. We can definitely restore both steam locomotives tonight. The trains still need names. I just haven't gotten the names yet. That's already been taken care of on the who's deciding the names. Just, again, I haven't been given the names yet for everything. I guess the one thing I could technically do right now is take a detour to get the caboose, but I am not doing that right now. We can do that some other time. That's what we could do. I could go blow up the SO60 to fetch the caboose. Not tonight. Yeah, I've got to do something with this key. Oh, apparently I have the soldering gun in my inventory still. Whoops. Alright, slow down. I mean, we've got 3 DE6s essentially worth of dynamic braking, but oh man, that is really good. Just how quickly it slows down with this little weight. The best part is I can start accelerating just to hit a 40 on the uphill ahead. So there's no point in accelerating too much. Because it tells you 70, but... need new GPU drivers. It doesn't need the, what is it, 572, I think? That's the latest set of drivers that are apparently not great. It probably requires those drivers, doesn't it? Because the latest is the best, except when it's not. I recently updated a number of things on my computer, but yeah, hearing some of the issues that have arisen with the, is it 576? Okay. It was 570 something at least. I got that much right. There's the 40. But hearing some of the issues with the latest drivers, GPU drivers, like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pass on that. My current drivers are fine for the moment. I'll wait. I don't need them to be that up to date. I'm on the next oldest version from the latest major version, so like, eh. No doom for me? Oh no! Anyway. This is the way you drive the DE6, just anytime there's a curve to the left, just stand up and lean to the left. And then you can see around the curve. And then when it starts to straighten out, you can just sit back down. Not that there's a seat or anything to sit in, but you got legs of steel, just crouch. I think this is the worst of the uphill going to Harbor. I don't think there's too much in regards to uphills from here. It's primarily this section. Most of it's downhill, if anything. I mean, Evil, you do need to update the BIOS on a 13th or 14th gen processor if it's not up to date. That one I can understand. The GPU driver is a nuisance, though. Yeah, whatever that issue is that's killing the 13th and 14th gen CPUs. And this curve right here is why I didn't bother going that much faster than I did. Just wasn't needed. That's right. Yeah, I'm honestly glad that I built my computer when I did. Even though it took me a little while to build it fully. Yeah, it is a lot of amps. What voltage? The game doesn't expose that information, I believe. Just kind of is what it is. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm glad I built my computer when I did. It might be 10th gen, but at the same time, it's 10th gen. It's stable. I can run 4 DIMMs of RAM. Well, once I got a kit of RAM that actually worked, at least. But I can run 4 DIMMs, no issue. It just works. I don't need a water cooling setup to keep it under control either. And it didn't cost me an arm and a leg either. That's the best part. CPU was not cheap, but the motherboard was, at least in terms of like modern day motherboards, current motherboards, was fairly cheap. Honestly, if I was going to upgrade my computer at all right now, biggest thing would be storage, because I'm basically sitting on 3 terabytes of storage that I can't use, and that is not doing me any favors. Hell, at this point, even a like 6 or 8 terabyte external drive would be sufficient. I don't need internal storage. I need external storage. It's got too much shit. And I'm running out of space. But I need to go through it to free up space, but I'm running out of space. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, right, Chaos. Well, you go through terabytes of storage even faster when you're rendering out videos that are like 3 to 5 gigabytes each. So if you want to archive those videos, space goes fast. I've just been slowly but surely deleting older recordings that are at lower qualities, because like anything recorded before I got my current setup going, and thus could do like higher qualities all around, meh. And then I also don't need to keep everything around, I guess. I don't know. Takes up a lot of fucking storage. I think the vast majority of storage on my main external drive currently is videos. Surprise, surprise. Any minute now I'm gonna have to slam on the brakes, because we're coming up on the tunnel. The best part is, for my storage solution, I even have not literally stolen, but I've stolen my mother's old boot drive because she doesn't need it anymore. And I'm using that for extra storage. Like, such is how low I am on storage. And that drive is full. 1 terabyte drive, just full immediately. Again, I've got 3 terabytes of storage that I can't use because the 2 drives are dying. I don't know why I'm using the actual brakes. $128 megabytes of RAM? Holy shit, Kiosk. Brag a little, why don't you? First computer my family had 40 megabytes, and that was after being upgraded. And yeah, I think I would be surprised if you didn't even have a gig, because like I think our first computer, it might have been upgraded, but I think it was like 1.2 gigs of storage, which was a lot. I could be wrong though. I've still got that computer sitting on the floor on the other side of my room. Probably hook it up and see if it still works at some point. Couldn't even count to the megabytes. I think you gotta start somewhere, and the older you are, the earlier you started, right? I'm not old, you're old. Yeah, detail scales. The time matches the speed. Well, it did. And now it matches again. There we go, now it matches again. And now it doesn't. Keep hitting the wrong button. I remember 5 1/4 inch floppy being the main thing. Yeah, we never had a computer with a 5 1/4 inch floppy drive. Although that said, my father did at least at one point own a computer. Possess a computer? I forget exactly how he acquired it. but that had a 5 1/4 inch drive on it. But we never used it. It was sitting in the basement. It's 5 1/4, Eagle. Yeah, don't do that, Kiosk. Too little, too late, obviously, but do not touch the disk of a floppy drive. The actual disk part of it. You can do that with CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, and such, so long as you clean off the surface. Do that with records as well, but, yeah. Not on a floppy disk. I mean, yeah, I definitely remember playing with the metal slide on them, but I'm not sure I ever actually touched the disc itself. Also, on the subject of not touching the disc, if your family was rich enough to have Laserdisc systems, yeah, definitely don't touch those discs. Or the, oh god, what is it? Wasn't there another standard that used a disc? Like a record-sized disc for something? I don't remember. There's too many failed, media types. Whoops. Yeah, Shadows getting a new game and having loads of floppies for it. Hell yeah. Fire what? Dingle? AOL discs. Oh god. Those fucking things were everywhere. Yeah, that Firewire or something like that. Dingle, that was cable. D6s essentially are so overpowered. I love it. Yeah, that sounds right. Evil. Oh yeah, the shitty beige speakers. Hell yeah. The discs. Oh, fair enough, Evil. I mean, either way, they were still stupidly common, but still better than the built-ins on main monitor. How about the built-ins on an all-in-one? But yeah, no, they all suck. I briefly used the speaker on this display that I have. Well, not this literal one, but this main display I have. Briefly. Because, you know, it sucked. And so it was only until these speakers showed up. Hello? There we go. Where are we going into? B7I. I know it's hard to see at the moment, but bear with me. Right, right, left. The school where the coolest thing was they bought a few iMacs back when Apple believed in color. No. The one school I attended, they had a cart of small Mac laptops. The cart had chargers all over it, so you could just plug it in and shit. Plug the things in. Yeah, that was the extent of that. Otherwise, it was just beige or black machines that ran some version of Windows. I don't think most of the schools I went to were rich enough to afford iMacs. Like, the fact that the one had the cart of laptops was honestly incredible. And that's probably why they didn't have iMacs either, because they just had the cart of laptops. Not what I meant to do, I was gonna wait. But that works. I'm not gonna unload this. Can't be bothered. Yeah, that was definitely worth it, though. Drop off for 20... Yeah. Spent nuclear... Ooh, I mean... That is nice. However... That's not what we're here for. I will go and check... real quick. Just gonna reset that to that. Warm rocks, yeah, right? DH4, S2A2, SO60, D6. Nice collection. I don't see any gray, which means no cities. I only see steel mill. Yep. Literally the only good thing out of here is the spent nuclear fuel. But we're not going there because we have trains to restore. Is the reason why. Damn it, remote, that's not... Fucking Rudolph over here. There we go. As long as you were done with your work, your teacher did not give a single fuck if you spent the period playing Unreal Tournament. Someone installing Halo is quite a thing. I remember tail end of high school, people were playing Minecraft's classic. Because, you know, that was easy enough with it being browser-based. That was obviously more recent, quote-unquote, but... Yeah, it was a thing, Chaos. Suffer with me. It was absolutely a thing. I'm suffering. Excellent. How are we doing on fuel? Still fine? Yeah. I'll need to refuel this, but, like, whatever. Yes, Evil, you're older than both of us. think we both know that. See, Kiosk and I are only about a month apart in age, so... yeah. He suffers just as much as I do. I mean, don't we all, Kiosk? Don't we all? It's getting old shit, sucks. I'm not even that old. Right, that way. Man, that spent nuclear fuel could be good. But, nope, I'm already committed. I've been committed to going back to City South and taking care of this stuff. Take the throttle off as it changes how it's delivering power. Because this is a 40, and so until we're through here. Actually, I guess technically this is more like, let's just say 100. Not into the hills, please, thank you. Because we got the extra 2 vehicles on there. Go faster. Okay, that's fast enough. Especially since we're going downhill, apparently. And there's the 50, and that's why I didn't go any faster. I knew there was a 50 coming up. I forget if there's a 40, but I think the 50 might go into the yard. Like, there's probably more speed changes between here and there. But I think, like, you've got 50 into the yard. Speaking of which, City South, right, left, good, and then let's just make sure that B is right, left. Good. My plan is to pull in, but hopefully disconnect the DM1U and trailer before clearing this switch, and have them stop over here, so that then they can just pull into the roundhouse, while the rest of the train sits over here. Around the B yard. Since I can do that, since it's literally just me in this world. I mean, in theory there are others around, but I only ever see cats. That's it. Cats are the only important ones. I mean, fair enough. But the point is that there are things going on in the background. The yards change over time. It ain't my doing. Though there is a mod to make it so literally nothing changes if you don't do anything to it. Multiplayer, do you think they would allow the magic paper to change switches anymore? Yeah, that could be funny, couldn't it? That's a good question, actually. How will they handle that? can't. Oh balls, oh balls, oh balls. Yeah, I couldn't reach that. I mean, that worked. Not exactly what I was trying to do, but it worked. Shut you down. I assume nothing took damage, right? Yeah. We're fine. Okay. You're all powered up. Okay. How do I start this up again? You set the reverse to the reverse. And then, yeah, I can just drive this via keyboard. Nope, not that one. This one. Once I release the brake. That a bit of wheel spin? Okay. Let's see. Take the brake out, shift forward, then accelerate. Remember, this is a manual transmission, so while you can't see what I'm doing necessarily, I am bringing it up to speed by shifting it through the gears. That's the shifter. Is the thing lined up? Yes. Yeah, we're good. Are you gonna register that this is here? Thank you. Does this have mods yet? I mean, you can install mods into it, yeah. It's a permanent vehicle, so it should retain the mods. That's why you can paint it. If you notice, they look very nice now, and it's because I repainted them last time out. Because you can do that. Okay. Set this to reverse. And then rain brake off. Alright, relax. Jesus. Alright. Too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Bump. Oh, that's technically derailed, isn't it? Technically. But is it actually derailed? That's the question. How the hell do I turn this off again? What is that even? Cab heater. So useful. Oh, right, it's outside. I mean, are you derailed? No? It is not derailed. Okay, so fun fact, if you back this into the wall here, it doesn't derail. Oh, it's break time. Yeah, I mean, you'd think Thomas Face would be somewhere. Pretty sure there is, honestly. Surprising if not. It's time for a break, but I'm gonna move this over to here, because this is where the thing is. Let that pass through me. And also, pair. Bastard. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about with a ghost kiosk. I'm just gonna ignore it. Frame limiter 5 FPS. And as the bot said, it is time for a break. So we're back on the same AFK screen apparently. Why not pause? I did pause. It doesn't matter. The game still runs at 60 FPS in the background. Like, it is noticeably better performing. Like, I hear my GPU ramp down and everything when it's not running at 60 FPS. There's still some amount of processing going on in the background even when the game is paused. So it's still running at a higher state than with the frame rate turned down. So 5 FPS keeps the CPU cooler, it doesn't make it do as much work. So it's better that way. I mean, I can see the even on the pause screen, the background is slightly changing. Like, just the rendering of it is slightly different, which is interesting. The game's not simulated. I don't know why it is, but it is. Anyway, time for a short break. Gonna take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, besides the very beginning and end of the stream. Prevents pre-rolls for next hour, and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of some ads now when nothing of importance is happening. Unless you want to watch this wonderful AFK scene. It took quite a while to actually record these. Partially because, well, initially I had to remember that, oh right, the screen dims after a few minutes. And then, fucking Stantler. Leave me alone, would you? Anyway, when I get back, we'll work on restoring the 2 steam locomotives. So that by the end of the stream, we'll be at 6 out of 6. Won't be the end of Derail after that, still got a number of things to do, but that's the main milestone complete as of tonight. But first, this break. BRB. Alrighty, I am back. Let's just jump right back into it. I haven't reset the frame limiter though, so I'm just gonna drag it over here if I can, apply, and then set it to 70. I set it to 70 so that it stays at a stable 60. At least that's the idea. I think we're good on this. Just unset the parking brake. Move it forward. Now, I do admittedly have to go over here first, because there's another 20,000 to pay for installing the parts. And since it's closer, let's just not go with that. Let's go with the cheaper one first. This only has the main brake, so I'll just use the parking brake sometimes because it works as well. Good, I didn't get a prompt to learn how to drive it. Not right now, game. Been a long time, but we can finally get to doing this. Wrong way. What else is new? Somebody needs to make a mod to speed up how fast these turn, but not do anything about the physics for turning it, because that would be hilarious. TH4 was the bottom of a river. Can't find the DE6. I couldn't find my DE6 either. Also, hi, Midge. Yeah, I couldn't find my DE6 for the longest time. Turns out it was undercover at the coal power station. And literally, the first time heading up to Machine Factory, you could see it. Though I didn't see it for the longest time. It can be in some really tricky spots. Like at the bottom of a river. Got that spawn though, that sucks. I feel like most of my spawns weren't too terrible, I struggled to find the D6 was all. This was in a tree at Iron Mine West, yeah. 10k to rerail the DH4? I believe it. Go a little faster. Yeah, let's see. Where were my trains? The 282 was actually down at Harbor. And it was the first one I spotted. I spotted the DH4 not too long after. That was also at the Harbor. This, like I said, was Iron Mine West. DM3 was at the oil refinery. DE2 is at Coal Mine South. Yeah. Coal Mine South. And then the DE6 was at Coal Power, like I said. I think that's all 6, right? Like I said, mine were mostly decent spawns, not too hard to spot. Wrong. That's not for this train. Steam Loco is the only one you haven't found yet. Yeah, I've been lucky with mine. Besides just being blind to the DE6. Not a diesel. No, it's not. What about this one? Oh, that goes over here. Huh. Fell into place. Anyway, here comes the expensive bit. I think I got the slug my very first time going to harbor. There. Infinite scroll. Go. I say infinite. It runs out of momentum eventually. Boop the microphone arm there slightly. My apologies. Already 20,000 and increasing. 48,000. Oh boy. I can afford it. It's not a problem. Just, yeah, not cheap. And sand. Which is not that expensive. Now, there is one thing I don't have. Well, shit. Dingle, where do I need to go to get the oil can? Anywhere? What's the point of the caboose when you just duct tape single booster? I mean, at one point it was something you could teleport to be at the end of your consist, but yeah, now that it no longer has the charger or the signal booster, it's not as much of a purpose outside of just role-playing, I guess? You think anywhere. Okay. Huh. Laid out. We're making a quick trip to harbor because it's the cheapest. Because, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot the oil can. And you don't really want to run the steam locos without oiling the joints there. Joints, I don't know. Whatever you want to call them. Looking for red. There it is. Back to City South. The shame is that I could have bought that while I was there. It just didn't occur to me that I need to do it. Oh, God. Alright. Lights off. You don't need those on this time of day. Actually, I wonder. I don't really need it on during the day. There's enough natural light here. Yeah, I mean, the caboose, not as necessary, obviously, anymore. That's the one thing I haven't picked up yet. Dingle, did you really not know about the light switch? There's oil in there, I do not see it. Do they come pre-oiled? Oh, it reset, that's why. Yeah, okay. I didn't pay, did I? Well, back to doing this. I forgot to pay. GTA 4 reminds you how much you should not be driving. I mean, to be fair, Evil, GTA 4 is not a game that you should really feel like the driving physics represent the real world. Because they are quite something in that game. But yes, Dingle, there is a light switch. They're very floaty, those cars. GTA 5 might not be realistic. Ow. But it's repaired, now I can oil it. Right, this side. GTA 4, there we go. GTA 4 is not as fun of a game to race on, in my opinion, as GTA 5 because of the janky physics. And just to mention this, the reason why I'm doing this is because, yeah, you don't want to run these dry if you can avoid it. I mean, here's the lubricator. Does that work? Is it pre-lubricated? Doesn't look like anything's changing, so I'm gonna say so. I think that's all of them? One there, one there. It doesn't look like there's anything there, it's just there. Cars disappearing when they enter parts of your field of view or on, well, yeah. But you've got an excuse for that, at least. Excuse you wish you didn't have, obviously, but such is life. So, does it? Yeah, okay. You can't walk too far away, but you can walk around. Alright, I think that's everything lubricated on this that needs to be lubricated. So, at that point it's just coal. Because I think the water tank is full by default. Oh, that's neat. The water in there? Can't tell. Doesn't look like it. That looks like an empty void to me. Oh, stop it. Maybe the locomotive itself? Yeah. So the tanks are empty, but there's water in the locomotive itself. Release the brakes. Yeah, I've never played through 4 all that much. Like, I played partway through it, but that was it. And because of the Games for Windows Live bullshit, I never really cared to try again for the longest time. Yep. Wrong way. Alright, now this is gonna be fun. Where do I back this up to? Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, right, I had the cylinder cocks open for the longest time, pulling it back and everything. So the fact that there's still water in there is just the game being dumb. Nah, Dingle. That wasn't running it for long enough, or fast enough to do that. How the hell do you use this thing? Is it this to rotate it? Yes. That is weird. Oh, I think I must have been stuck on the track and then I suddenly leapt forward. Okay, yeah. still? You stop dripping. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's dripping again. Well, it says ready. Yeah, that's a bit different. You're not gonna be nice, right? No, you are nice. Look at that. Alright. Now to put it over there so I can fill it with coal. Keep in mind, I haven't dealt with the steam engines as of yet, so... Okay, we're definitely on it at this point. Yeah, that's fine, don't worry about that. Cylinder cocks are open. You gonna accept that much? We're open. Don't understand. Misaligned. God damn it. Stupid thing. Hit the correct one, would you? Okay. Yeah, that's efficient. Just dumping coal all over the place. Whatever. Well. I'm going to actually move it over to the paint booth, but that's mostly just so I can get a shot of it and the S282. Because I don't think I have to wait until it's fully repaired to paint it, right? That would be dumb. I don't understand. Also, this doesn't work because there's no steam pressure. Sadly. By the way, vehicle 100%. So, not blown. Can't move. Oh, but I got it aligned perfectly. Excellent. Helps to pull the remote out. Yeah, no matter what I do, it keeps making the noise as if there's water in there. Like, what do you want me to do? I've opened the cylinder cocks and closed them and opened them and closed them and opened them and closed them. Just... leave me alone about it, would you? Now that's done, we move back over here and line up the S282. The last train to restore. Yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, obviously I haven't painted that up yet, but I'll paint it in a second. The M3, DH4, and then there's the S282. Meanwhile, over there somewhere... Where is it? There we go. Oh, you can't hardly see, but DE6, repainted slug, and DE2. Which does mean that, again, once I hook this up and get it repaired, that's 6 out of 6. And that's been repainted as well. I literally just need to get the caboose and repaint it. That's it. Good enough. And who gives a fuck if this gets damaged, right? Like, it's about to be repaired anyway. It's already damaged. More about whether or not the nugget gets damaged in the process. Parking brake wasn't set. Beautiful. It was only supposed to be 2 notches. But it did not do 2 notches. By the way, I think that the amp limiter is set up for thousands of amps, and that only does like 1,000 amps if you push it too far. So that's fun. I wanted to put an amp limiter in there, but it doesn't do anything, as far as I can tell. I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm very good at that. Slowly but surely moving it in. Well, because I don't need a fuel hookup, I can literally just get the tender into the service area, and that should be sufficient, I would think. Yep, ding. That's what she said. Sure. Ay. Set the handbrake. Double check, make sure that, yes, still ready for service. I will, however, do this, because that's the little thing. Just repair that, because why not? Not recharging it, but who cares? And then, just for a moment, because I want to try repainting this once I do the main restoration of it. Gonna uncouple that and move this away. And let's go over here as well while I'm over this way more and pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then while I'm also here, just go there, would you? I need this. Good to see that that did persist, although I didn't actually check to see if it persisted across multiple areas. But anyway, so we're currently on the tender. which has wheels and body to repair. $7,000 as well as for the body, a lot more. 22,000. 29,000 already. Then we get to the main train, which is very quickly going to rack up those costs. Yep, that's already 66,000, and we haven't even gotten to the body yet. 38,000. Okay, that's over 100, isn't it? Yeah, 104. Plus oil's not quite 1,000. Plus sand is not removing. 1,600. Which means the total is 135,000. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Now, again, game, I know that you want me to do things in a certain order, but, like, there's no reason why. You know? No reason why I shouldn't be able to. Yeah, evil. There's also that. I mean, it's not terribly difficult in 5 either, to be fair. But, yeah. Not necessarily easier. Hope you're wearing a respirator. Because, boy howdy is that fun. Alright. Yeah, that is all 5. Well, let's repaint this first. 5 is annoying in a slow car and you're unobservant. I'm unobservant? Am I? That's a lot of... Is that red or brown? That is definitely red. Okay. Breathe in the colors. Kiosk. Yeah. With a white roof. That's definitely a choice. Also, functioning ladders when? Whoops. I fell into the coal pit. Better than the firebox, I guess? There we go. Take a look at both of them in just a second. I'm gonna hold off from painting the inside just so the game is maybe a little bit less pissy about me doing the paint first. Because, you know, just save the last can, right? Anyway. There is a pit there, yeah. Red with white and red or brown down at the bottom. Again, is that red or is that brown? It's red. The lighting is not helping. Okay. Put that there. Yeah, look at that. And look at that. Very nice. Let's take a screenshot of that. black and red. Although, that doesn't look great. Yeah, they both look very nice. Now to get this back in here, so that can get it over into those two bays and get it to a functioning state. We'll look at the interior of the S282 obviously in just a moment. Once I have, I mean, it's going to probably look something like this. But, again, I won't finish painting it until after I've finished restoring it. Game, can you stop stuttering? Also, I will say the performance patches as of late. The performance patches as of late are definitely doing their jobs, and that is what happens when you don't oil the damn train. This is why I picked this up. Brown is orange with context. I mean, yes. You're not wrong. Again, are there only 3 on each side? Great that we got that demonstration of what not to do. Sounded terrible, but that's the point. When it sounds terrible, you know that you've messed up. And do make sure to close those. The lubricator's right there. So this one definitely did need filling. Which makes me then wonder, like, did I actually fully fill this one? No, I only filled it part way. To be fair though, I did fill it part way. Oiler of the Nile. Alright. Move it. Though I'm gonna be out here. Sounds much better now. I don't know. I mean, I would think that forward would be open. Yeah, that's where I wanted to be. Okay, press that one. Got it right this time. And we back it up. Gonna have a fun time learning how to drive these so that I can do one haul with them or something, and that's it. Perfect. Fine. Fill this up with water. 2,700, not terrible. And don't forget to close that up. And now we need to fill this. See, this is why I turned the lights off earlier. Because you want to see what the remote's doing? Get out from underneath of a light. Yeah, the micro shunner definitely struggles with this. Not entirely surprised. After all, how heavy is this thing? Definitely not light. So that's 10,000 kilos by itself, and then that's 111,000. Yeah, that would do it. Alright, final task. I fell into the water tank. Even though the hatch is closed, I fell into the water tank. Did I overshoot? I think I overshot. Yep. I'm very good at that. There. And he drowned and had to start all over. No, this isn't my summer car. That's not how that works. Fortunately. Whoops. Did not mean to right click there. And there we go. Game. I guess I have to pay for it first. There we go. Didn't want to show it being there until I paid for it. Yeah, paint job. Funny thing, actually. Thank you, game. There it is. And yeah, as expected. Basically the same as this. Just over here. Again, that doesn't work though, because no steam. I don't. Alright, well, let's put these back into the spots for them for the time being. Because I have nothing else to do during this stream that has like 10 minutes left in it. Prepaid coal pump. Sure, let's go with that. Would be interesting though, wouldn't it be? Oh, finally it's training. Now we go over this way, pass by the 060, and it's a matter of spotting which bay is which. E2, E6, S282. Whee! DH4 was my workhorse for the longest time, but with the DE6, don't really need it anymore. It's a shame. I like the DH4 a lot. But the DE6 is just so much more capable. You put a couple of them in a row around the slug. Oh man. What a combination. Later. Yep. Got the interior lighting as well. That doesn't work when the electronics are off. Where's the starter on? Everything starts up. I hate how the light switches are setting themselves to halfway by default. This DH4 is remote control. Yeah, I mean, that works too. I have the DE2 set up just because it's smaller and lighter. Does mean, obviously, it's not as good for shunting, but... There you go. Got there eventually. They both work. Of course, if you wanted to, you could use the DE6 for shunting. Or the S282. They're both not good for it, but you could. The M3 obviously is a shunter, but it doesn't have remote control. Nor do the steam trains, but they're... You could use whatever for shunting. But yeah, DH4 as remote is good. Like I said, I use the DE2 for that purpose. The wrong buttons. Alright. Yeah, you accelerate really fast when you don't have any weight behind you, don't you? I could be lazy and just use the connect button. But that's no fun. Alright, unset parking brake. It already is unset, so getting that alert was a waste of time. Good. Stop. Alright, now we go the other way. And once this is in place, that's basically it. So again, that's DE2, DE6, DM3, S2A2, DH4, S060. It's taken 21 streams, I think, and a bit of off-stream work as well. But we've finally done it. Finally gotten there. I don't have them all in the roundhouse, but that's more of a pain than it's worth. There we go. In theory, I don't need that again to move anything in here. I'm not even in it, game. Oh, that works, I guess. As a reminder, when I asked for help last year in exchange for playing this game, this was the goal. Restore all 6 demo units. So, objective complete. But again, I'm not done with the game yet. I'm not done quite yet. I've retrieved most of the other things in the game. But we still got the caboose. Also, I'm just gonna move this over to there to align it with the track. Even though I really shouldn't keep that there. I should put it like over here or something so that that's straight through just in case shit hits the fan. Still have all these damn things. I'm just gonna throw these all in the trash because it works, seemingly. Well, it works better when they actually fall into the damn can. There. Down my inventory. And, yeah. I might just put this in here because honestly, why not? Not like I need it that much. There we go. I did not want to do that. Wrong one. I have the 10 nameplates. I only bought one for each train. Well, vehicle. But yeah, if I get the caboose, I'll put everything in here. Or once I get the caboose, I'll put everything in here and take a final photo. But yeah. That's 4 of the 6, and the other 2 are outside. Kept all yours just so you know how much you spent on paint and paint alone. Oh, God. I mean, for me, it's really simple. All of the trains are demo. This is DVRT exterior with demo interior because I liked... Even though the blue was in the same shade, I like this better than the DVRT, Jesus Christ. Paint. That's DVRT because that's all you can do, and then this is also DVRT because honestly I just liked it better. Caboose I haven't settled on yet. So that could be another 60,000 or it could just be 30,000. Or maybe it's 45,000. Who knows? Anyway, after all of that, we have 981,000. Wow. Well, I think I know what time it is. Although that said, it's gonna require I pay... you... Cheaper to service it myself. There we go. By the way, the signal booster is not in this train, but because it's within range over there, this is still getting signal boosted. Not that it honestly matters, but... Alright, I wasn't planning on doing this tonight. If anything, I was probably gonna repair off stream and then head back to the harbor to see what's there. See if I could get something to mill base, since I've still yet to go there. But no, we're gonna repair this real quick so I can actually set up for that. Because I don't want to pay 12,000 on a locomotive that I can probably pay 6,000 for. Just... what a nuisance. You know, but this is the last time I'll have to do this, at least. The last time I'll have to do this. Taking a long time to get to this point. But I'm just happy to be able to do it all in one go. Because I wasn't sure exactly if I'd want to do it. Not knowing how much exactly it costs to repair the steam engines. Yeah, next break, I know, bot. Good enough. Not you. Not you. Yes, you. Storm, if you repair most of the locomotives, repaint them, yes, it easily would. Don't know why you even need to ask, honestly. It's just that obvious of an answer. 60. I'll repair that while I'm here. That dinged even though it didn't actually hit 100. You. There we go. That way it can be full up on everything. Other than this. So, already 1,700 on there. Used a bit of fuel and oil going up the hill. Well, not even, well, yeah, a little bit. But yeah, look. 6,000, like I said. 6,000 to repair it versus 12,000 through the fee menu. Well, see, that's the thing, Storm. If you want to repaint them to look like the original trains, remember, you need 2 cans of paint, 1 interior, 1 exterior. DVRT paint costs $15,000 a can. Sand for sandblasting the old paint off is $500 a can. So effectively $31,000 to repaint a train in the original colors. If you want to go for the demo paint colors, on the other hand, oh, is it 200? Well, whatever. The sand's a minor cost compared to the paint colors. If you want to do demo paint, however, double the cost. They might have upped it, Dingle. They did change some prices. I could just be forgetting, honestly. It's somewhere between 200 and 500. Paint for this is, yeah, $30,000 a can. So this train costs $60,000 to repaint. As did this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. This one costs $45,000 because this is the demo paint for this vehicle. It racks up really fast. You only spent $100K and you're not even halfway done. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, fees. Emissions or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Don't care, it's 138. No fees. Licenses. Note how they're all owned. Except for those 2 at the bottom. Hazmat 3 is going to be not fun. Copay goes up, time bonus deadline goes down. So it's not great. However, 290,000, we can afford that. This is the other one though. 400,000, another 300,000 on the copay, and another minus 5% time bonus. And these 2 combined, mind you, $690,000 combined for the 2. Ouch. Grants you access to like 2 jobs in the valley currently. That's basically it. They go hand in hand, these 2 licenses. But might I just point out while I'm here. So, yeah, I got a bit money owed on everything. $033. I owe $7 on. Really? Okay. Don't even know which one that is. Dingle. Spent nuclear waste and classified? Like, those are two separate things. But don't they both require those? Or is one of them only has two? Go pay remaining. I mean, 927,000. That's fine. I don't actually have to pay that. But note, 25 out of 25, but also minus 32% time bonus. Ouch. At 25 out of 25, we are done with the licenses. Okay, maybe I'll even stage a photo. Those can go in the trash. Just take a screenshot of that real quick, and then we can go actually right to here. Locomotives I don't need. That's hazmat. Goes there. Military goes there. And I've got a couple of empty folders. You can see they're empty because there's nothing down here. Versus this. Again, down there you can see these are the trains. It does say spent nuclear fuel or waste, whatever. That's what the job was when I was down at the harbor, dropping off. Spent nuclear fuel or whatever. Did not say classified. Classified is a different job as far as I'm aware, though it's probably similar things. And yeah, until they add more trains to restore, I haven't done that. We're done. We're done with that. Don't need to go in there again. Yeah. That's it. Do it for fun. I probably will at some point, obviously reverting the save, because dicking around is dicking around. I have derailed one thing. It was the handcart going up to the slug. I did derail that, but that was it. Yeah, there we go. Obviously missing 2 trains at the moment, but one of them is actually over there somewhere. You can just about see a tiny sliver of the paint over there. Pretty well hidden though. Nice. Yeah, that one. You'll love to see it. Here we go. Goal accomplished, but we are not done yet. Standing around the coronet pointing and stuff. Yeah, I believe that. That's the problem with streaming. You spend more time doing nothing than you would if you were actually just, you know, working by yourself. Oh well. I'm glad to be done with that, though. Again, we're not done with Derail Valley quite yet, but the demos have all been restored. Which means it's time to... Let's see, what do we gotta do? Drive the Steve? Back to you, Steve, I guess. Drive the steam locomotives. I did not say that, Dingle. Need to pick up the caboose and repaint it. Need to do military jobs so I can get up to mill base, because I haven't been there. That's the only place I haven't been, because there are no train spawns there. At least not for the demo units. So I didn't care. I wish that I had that $200,000 job up to there waiting for me. I hope that I have something similar waiting for me when I go back to Harbor, because I'll inevitably do that. That would be nice. 200,000? That's like 300,000 off of one job. Prop and Seek is dead? Really? Huh. I was just looking through files, clearing stuff out that I didn't really need. I noticed there was still a prop and seek file on my OneDrive, but I deleted it quite a while ago. So those were just the leftover files. Really don't need to ever install it again. Oh no, what a shame. Well. Anyway, next stream, you know when it is. It's Assetto on Friday. Fucking bot. It's technically operating as it should, I just can't be bothered to go and fix it. Yeah, the next stream actually is on Wednesday at the usual time. More Pokemon Emerald randomizer catch-em-all. Yeah. Not an item rando. It's not... Well, I mean, the regular items are randomized, but it's not a key item randomizer, full item randomizer. Just a regular item randomizer. But the Pokemon locations are randomized, trainer teams are randomized, things like that. And it's a catch-em-all. We ended last stream at 142, was it? 142? I want to say it was 142. It was technically 144, or was it 145 even? But 2 or 3 Pokemon I have were not caught. They were obtained through other means, and it's a catch-em-all, so I have to catch them, not just evolve them or hatch them or be gifted them. Although the one exception to that rule is the starter. Yeah, the one exception to the rule is the starter, which, if I remember correctly, was a legendary. So that's literally one Pokemon that I didn't catch, and I've seen it multiple times. I could have caught it. So who cares? It's still 385 Pokemon I need to catch. And again, I'm at roughly 142 Pokemon, so not halfway there yet. Close, but not quite. So yeah, we'll pick that back up on Wednesday, and then Friday will be, Assetto, as the bot said. I say that we haven't gotten any confirmation on Assetto yet. The plan is still to run it, we just haven't heard from EJ, last I knew. And yeah, that hasn't changed yet. At least Max hasn't said anything yet. But yeah, we've got plans. I know what the plans probably are, unless EJ says no. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. Well, let's just say that if we go forward with the plans that we decided on previously, then, yeah, you'll understand why. They are definitely plans. Anyway, I can pretty much guarantee you we're not doing indie, because, like, we do have the indie cars, but the problem is it's a paid mod, and there are newer people who don't have it, and we are not asking people to buy the mod. We just had a number of keys in the past to give out for those who didn't want to buy it themselves, so that's the only reason we've run it in the past, but it's been a number of years since that originally happened, so yeah, don't expect to see the indie cars too much. I don't think we do, Storm. Like, I think there was a handful of keys left a while back, and they've probably been distributed. But we didn't have a lot left, as far as I'm aware. I've been mostly out of the loop on that, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but yeah, we certainly don't have enough, I think, to cover everyone who's joined since. Yeah, we're all out of the loop, because Max isn't here. No. Summer Sale would be good for that, but that's on RSS. That's not a Steam thing, obviously. Although, Steam Summer Sale, Assetto will probably be $8 again, so that's good for anybody wanting to join in. I don't know how many people still want to join in at this point, but are waiting until the game is on sale, but yeah. Yeah. That's Friday, though. GTA is more Saturday. Yes, I just said it like that. God damn it. GTA is more Saturday. And this is why I need to end the stream now. Next stream is Wednesday with Pokemon. Same start time as tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. RSS is having a sale right now. Well, yeah, I do remember seeing an email about that, actually. But if you want to buy any of RSS's cars, now's your opportunity, maybe. I don't know. They're pretty good mods. There's certainly some of the better ones out there. Because, most mods are shit, honestly. But yeah, Pokemon on Wednesday. That's the next stream. And I'm gonna wrap it up before I say anything else stupid. Or out of order, but come on, that was pretty dumb. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Oh, wait. If you're not a sub and you want to watch some ads, stick around. Otherwise, if you're not a sub, leave or something. I don't know. It's the end of the stream. I'm gonna run ads. Don't want to watch them, then don't stick around. If you're a subscriber, though, or you got Twitch Turbo, you shouldn't see the ads. Emphasis on shouldn't. So it's appreciated if you guys stick around, but at the end of the day, just do whatever you want to do. I'm not your boss. Can't tell you what to do. So yeah. With that being said, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.